blood sugar or your life or anything.
What's up? What's up? It's Frank. Everything black. We here. Hope everything going well with y'all out there. I'm up late. Got in late. I thought I'd talk about this Democratic Party. I think it's really a freak show. And maybe, after y'all see these videos, y'all will understand why I call it a freak show. So, anyway, I'm going to say I'm happy y'all joining me tonight. This is a recording, so you're probably going to join it later or check it out. Please like and subscribe when you do see it. Trying to get my numbers up. I'm looking for my first 100 subscribers. Y'all come on, get together with some friends, check me out, listen to me. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Hell, you can even cash out, support the show, I'm getting new things, new to come on the show. It's going to start looking like real uppity after a while. So y'all are like that. But right now, I'm just doing what it do. I'm letting it do what it do. So here we are. We're going to check out these Democrats. It seems to be they crashing out. I mean, they don't have nothing going on. I think it's really just a waste of time. They done lost. And I don't know why they don't let Trump go and do what he gonna do, because they don't have nothing to replace it. So here we go. We're gonna let them do what they. Let's watch these Democrats for a minute.
Elon Musk has got to go.
Facebook. Fair use. They're not even organized. Look at her. I don't know who that brother is behind the speaker there. Let's see what the hell they talking about.
Hello, everyone.
They done.
Thank you for coming out today.
They are done, believe me.
Try not to block the street, please, if you can. I'm Ronna Epting. I'm with Move On. And on behalf of our millions of members that are incredibly upset about Elon messing around with this building back here, I want to thank you for joining us. But I've got some questions. Did Elon Musk win any election?
I think they're at the House Education or something like that, Department of Education. I think they're trying to get into the building and they was denied access. Elon Musk told them, or somebody told them that they couldn't get in, so now they're trying to protest and fight why they can't get in. The real reason, I think, is that the Trump administration is finding out how they just blowing money on LGBT stuff and immigrant stuff, where they packing all this money to different ethnicities, different races. Everybody getting paper with black people. But Foundation Black America. Everybody is getting paper with Foundation Black America. And so these people, look at these people. They say that they the party that look like everybody. Look at these people. Half these people don't even look like they belong here. Look like they done paid some people to stand up there. But, you know, I can't prove that, but I'm just letting y'all know, look at these people. I think that's Jasmine Crockett right there, I ain't for sure. And believe me, boy, they setting this woman up. They setting her up. But here we go.
Told college votes this last November. That's right. Did Elon Musk have the authority to operate a secret government that has access to our social security numbers and our Medicaid checks? That's right. So let me ask, is what is happening a takeover by an unelected billionaire? No one elected
Sorry about that,
Elon
y'all. I
Musk.
didn't know y'all couldn't see that, but here we go.
But with President Trump's blessing, he has given himself tremendous power with no oversight and no accountability. Musk has shown us he wants to slash Meals on Wheels, shutter preschools, end school lunches for kids in need, while he's steering our government to help himself and his company.
That's all
and
this
it's just one piece of the Trump-Musk plan to take money away from us, the people, and replace it with tax cuts for billionaires.
This has nothing to do with the education department.
It's outrageous. It must end. That's why we're here today. It's why on Sunday night, over 50,000 people joined us on a live stream to take action and call on their members and their senators to fight this.
And they say they represent the people.
And our elected officials are listening. Many of them are here with us right now.
This looks like America now. You can count.
We're about to hear from many of them who are using their unique power to defend the people from this hostile takeover. And we're going to start with a good friend of ours, Representative Maxwell Frost.
Okay. I don't know who this is.
Show me what democracy looks like. We are here today as elected members of Congress. We're here today because an unelected billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government. We just tried to enter the Treasury building as members of Congress, and we will, because we need to provide oversight to Elon Musk and his team. We don't know what they're doing behind these closed doors. The people deserve transparency. The fact that an unelected billionaire...
Well, like they say, Elon Musk wasn't elected. But he has power to keep their ass out of a building. If he didn't, why didn't they just take over, move him out the way? I mean, look at this Democrat Party, man. They look sad, confused. They out of it. These people are trying to hide something that I believe Trump gonna find. You know, that USAID. You know, it's a lot of shit that was going on in that shouldn't have been going on in that they was funding. Remember, this is America's people money that these Democrats were using to fund these LGBT groups. You know, this is all LGBT. This whole Democrat Party is nothing but LGBT and immigrant. It's an immigrant party. It's a foreigner party. They fund foreigners, and they try to disrupt countries with the LGBT movement to destroy those countries. This party is terrible. This party is bad business, I believe. You know, they say they stand up for good, but man, when you dig into them, it's all bad. I don't see nothing good about them. You know, especially if you're a Foundation Black America, nothing they do is for us. Now, they put a few black people on the front line here to make you think that we're part of what they're trying to do, but these people don't have any agenda for us. You know, this is all LGBT and immigrant party. This is what they do. If you go on their websites, they'll tell you that. They don't have a black agenda. They don't want to do not one thing for black people. Foundation Black America, let me say that. Now, they'll do some stuff for Haitians, Africans, stuff like that. But they don't want to do nothing for Foundation Black America. We are not on their agenda. If you go to their websites, each one of these congressmen, they do not talk about a black agenda. That's farthest from what they try to do. But we the biggest voting block for these people. We put these people in charge of our lives. And they don't have no agenda for us. They can't win without us. You see, they couldn't win against Trump without us. If we hadn't sat at home, these folks right here would be in charge. And you think we having hell now, if these people would have been in charge, we would have been out of it. It would have been more immigrants. All that stuff would have been going on. Double immigrants. Double benefits for them. Double this, double that. Black people would have had to been moved around, scooting over. You know, they would have been doing everything you can name to destroy anything we had going on. But there is no black agenda plan, and if you're black and you keep voting these people in, man, I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, I'm gonna let you continue on listening at these people. They don't represent Foundation Black Americans. That's all I can say.
In there has all your private information. It is a problem. He has access to all of our information, our social security numbers, the federal payment system, which means he's calling the shots on our taxpayer money. You mean to tell me a man worth over $400 billion is going to decide what happens with my grandma's social security check? There's absolutely no oversight as to what he's doing. What's to stop him from stealing taxpayer money? Nothing. That is why we're here as House Democrats, to hold the line and fight for our constituents. Listen, they campaigned across the entire country, telling people they were going to fight for working people, but they lied. They want to use the government to further enrich these corrupt billionaires and corporations. They want us to believe that the reason we can't pay for our health insurance.
See, that's what they want you to believe. Democrats, every time they lose, they blame it on the billionaire. They start talking about the rich this, the rich that. They the one trying to, what are they doing? Who they working for? They're not working for American people. If they taking checks and sending them to other foreign countries, they taking checks and sending them to Kenya, Africa, all this USA money. They finding people with that money. And I guarantee if you follow the money, you're going to find out who's really in charge. These Democrat Party, they work for corporations. You know, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are the opposite of those corporations. Now, they have corporation coming, so they actually know what corporations really want. You see what I'm saying? They are showing how dirty the Democrat Party is. When they open up that box with the USA ID, what they doing with that money, and they open that box, you'll see how corrupt these folks is. This is what they don't want people to see. These people do not represent Foundation Black Americans, and this is not a good organization for Americans, in my opinion. This is sad, man. He worried about grandma on Social Security. But hell, you can't live off no damn Social Security check. You can work 40, 50 years and you still have to go back to work. These are the people that been in charge for 40 years under, the Democrat Party has been more in charge than any other party. Black people was kind of like going for them because they would, try to go their way try to vote their way because there was more black people voting for them. It was getting them elected. So they had to give them a little cheese here and there, like a rat, a rat, in order for a rat to eat, you gotta give you a rat's cheese. They gave us a little cheese and made us bite and put these people back in charge over destroying our lives. The Democrat Party is no good to Foundation Black America. The Republican Party don't give a damn about us. So we got that. We can dig that. Okay? We can handle that. But we can't handle when we vote for people to fuck over us. That's what they do. They claim all this other stuff, but man, if you just watch what they do.
The reason we can't cover rent, the reason kids are dying on the streets due to gun violence, the reason there's so much wealth inequality and that so many people live paycheck to paycheck is because of the immigrant, or because of the trans person, or because of your neighbor. They lied. It's because of corrupt billionaires like Elon Musk and corporations, not our fellow working people. I'll end by saying this.
God dang it. Let me go back. I don't know what the hell. I hit the wrong button.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training?
Yeah, all this. I don't know what I hit, man. I screwed up. Sorry about that. Let me get back down over here. Gosh. Where was I at? Okay. Oh, here we go. We'll go with this one, y'all. Let me go back. Let me see if this one was it. Let's go with this one. Now look at her.
Billionaire is unilaterally dismantling our government. In the last week alone, Elon Musk has seized control of the U.S. Department of Treasury's.
Notice that when they say Elon Musk, they use the word billionaire right behind it. It's like they want you to forget that, they don't care. It's like they want you to believe that billionaires don't care about regular people. They want you to believe that if you're rich, it's bad. That's what they pretty much trying to plant in your head when they talk about the original billionaires taking over our department. He's not elected official, but the Trump administration was elected. The Trump administration is putting him over the Department of Education, having him going through the records and the oversights. He's doing the oversights. What is it that the Democrat Party is hiding? That's what we need to know. What are y'all hiding?
This payment system exposing Americans' most personal financial information has shuttered the U.S. Agency for International Aid, USAID, putting the lives of millions of people at risk across the world, and threatened the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, undermining our work to combat the climate crisis. This is just the start. I received, again, over 1,000 emails and calls this week demanding action. And that's why I introduced my first bill, the Stop Musk Act, to protect federal workers who are at the forefront of Elon Musk's power grab. This bill is in direct response to what I'm hearing from my constituents, a demand for action. My bill prohibits retaliation of any kind against any federal employee who resists, prevents, or circumvents illegal or unconstitutional efforts led by Elon Musk or those he oversees. This is one of many tactics we are deploying. This multi-front battle will be fought in the courts, the halls of Congress, and the public sphere. In addition to our legislative and judicial tactics, our most powerful tool is public pressure. Seeing on our democracy, make no mistake, and the Congressional Progressive Caucus will fight.
There is no fight. There is no problems. The Democrat wants y'all to think that there's problems. They don't want their dirt to get out. I believe that Trump is putting their dirt out. That's all it is. And they trying to act as if the Republicans are bad for America. Republicans are just doing their part to undermine the Democrats. The Democrats, y'all put them in charge by not giving Foundation Black Americans what they want, what they need, a check. Y'all screwed this up this year. Trump wouldn't be in charge if y'all had went on and did some black agenda. Y'all had a guy with the black agenda family, which is the FBA family, the Friedman family. Y'all had a guy with us and ask us what y'all want, what y'all need. Y'all would still be in charge right now. Y'all wouldn't be looking ridiculous. But apparently y'all want to look ridiculous and y'all doubling down on it. So, here you go. Now you got to do this crap that y'all are doing to undermine your support.
At every opportunity. So we must stay loud, we must stay tight, we must press on.
Next person.
First, that he was appointed by the president as a senior advisor, that he will go in to assess and analyze waste, fraud, and abuse. But today, the New York Times have an article in which they discuss emails from the chief of staff that clearly stated the intent of just using this to stop aid to USAID funding. So this is the system that sends out Social Security checks, Medicare reimbursement, and tax reform, the foundation of financial security for millions of Americans. This is a hostile takeover of our federal system. We cannot allow the richest man in the world to have the power to veto funding approved.
See, I believe that USAID money could go into more Social Security payments. They could take that money and put it in the Social Security department and give more to the people that's on Social Security, or give more to their Medicaid, or give more to their needs, Social Security. All this money that they wasting with this USAID, that could go into the American people's hands. How about another stimulus check while she's sitting up there talking? How about another stimulus check to the American people? How about more money in those Social Security funds that y'all taking money to give to other countries and LGBT causes and immigrant causes? Put that money into Social Security or Medicaid. Take that money, that same money, put it in there, and work on an agenda for reparations. How about that? How about y'all take some of that money and put it to our reparations and put some in the hands of the Foundation Black Americans who vote for you? All right, how about that part? This lady can barely speak English, but she's an elected official telling Foundation Black Americans and Americans what Elon Musk and Donald Trump is doing, when they could take the money and put it into the American people's hands that need it. Let's talk about that part.
By Congress, so he can line up his pocket with more tax cuts.
Decision makers to support our nation's commerce. NOAA's weather forecasts are used by aviation experts to prevent airline disasters, to keep our skies safe for millions of travelers that crisscross the country every day. And cuts to these programs and agencies, make no mistake, will put people in danger. Privatization schemes for this agency will put people in danger. This is not some kind of game. It isn't a stunt to drain the swamp. Purging the government of scientists, experts, and career civil servants, slashing fundamental programs. These things will cost lives. So I also want to make something else clear. Democrats are not going to stand for this. Right now, we are working on every front that we can. I was just at a briefing with Democracy Forward, talking about the different ways they're confronting this stuff in the courts. It's a little bit of whack-a-mole because, every day, Elon and his tech bros ride their skateboards over to a new agency and start crashing into their databases. And, sometimes we know about it in time for Democracy Forward.
These Democrats are not going to do anything. This is just a front to say what they're trying to do. This is just political theater. That's all. These folks are just tripping.
Forward, or attorney generals or others to go to court and to enjoin it.
Okay, here we
but
go.
Other times, compliant officials of these agencies just hand.
Oh, here we go.
Regarding the hen house, we need to have him come up here and explain what he's doing. But ultimately, he needs to go, and we need to do this the right and legal way with respect to managing the government.
Thank you, Mr. Ivey. Go ahead.
Thank you. Council here with NBC. Please mention the subpoena. Can you talk about other action items you can take while in the minority that you met against Elon Musk?
There's many we could do. Yesterday, we did have a vote in the Oversight Committee to subpoena Elon Musk and have him come speak. And we only lost that vote by one vote. so we can make sure that if we lock arms as Democrats, and the Progressive Caucus is often at the forefront of making sure that we have Democratic unity on strong positions. If we lock arms as Democrats, we just need to pressure, in that case, just one Republican to have a spine and be willing to hear from Elon Musk. Again, Republicans aren't really in a governing majority when it comes to the budget. And we have a government funding deadline coming up next.
See, they can't do nothing. Even though they lock their arms together, they can't do nothing without one Republican. Okay? So all this Democrat theater doesn't work without this one Republican guy that they need to be able to cast their stones or whatever. So these people are just out here just doing political theater.
I don't see many Democrats being willing to say, hey, we're going to pass a budget that is going to just fuck.
All right, here we
place
go.
in our government. He is trying to puppet master Trump's decisions about everything: women's bodies, immigrants' futures, our kids' education, government funding, on and on and on. And he absolutely should not have access to the Social Security.
Just, dang it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry,
Mr.
y'all.
President.
Sorry, y'all.
Senator from Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I yield 30 minutes of my post-cloture debate time on the vote nomination to Senator Merkley and
We go back to the system. Sorry about this, y'all. We lost the screen. I missed it. We messing up. Forgive me.
Government funding.
God dog it, did it again.
Assembled here. So thanks. We have the.
I did it again, y'all. Sorry about that. I am just messing up tonight. I don't know if it's I'm sleepy or what, but I keep hitting the wrong button down here, and I'm going to these other rallies, and every time I get ready to say something about these Democrats, man, I tell you, it's just something. I'm just steady hitting the wrong button tonight, so I'm probably sleepy. I need to end the program, but as you can see, the last lady that was talking all that stuff, they had nothing for a black agenda. They never talk about what black folks need, what Foundation Black Americans need. They never talk about that. They talk about everything else but that. If y'all notice that, you know. Let's see what these folks talking about. Let's see. We got one sister up here with all these other folks. Let's see what they're talking about. Since we up here anyway.
Democratic leadership on the Ways and Means Committee, including the ranking members, who have great knowledge of the particular disciplines in which they oversee. And part of the job, as you're reminded, is that Congress is here to oversee the executive and to check executive authority, and certainly to raise some questions about what I think we'd all agree right now is constitutional overreach. And central power has been centralized power in American democracy has always been a fair subject for inquiry. And as we proceed in April to celebrate the beginning at Concord and Lexington of the 250th anniversary
I tell you, boy, they be
of the
using
American
these
Declaration of Independence, let's not forget that part of it was the idea that from the Battle of Hastings right to the Declaration of Independence, it was checking executive authority. And that is our fundamental role. And that members of Congress don't serve under presidents of the United States. We serve with presidents of the United States. I think one of the things that we're also very mindful of today is that the data breach, and that's what it would be treated like with any other press announcement.
People deserve to know exactly what information has been accessed, how many times it has been accessed, and for what purpose it is being used. As a ranking member of the Subcommittee on Oversight, I am demanding that the IRS provide those answers to us immediately. I led a letter signed by every Ways and Means Democrat to the Acting Commission of the IRS requesting specific details about Elon Musk's access to America's information. Let me be very clear. President Trump is not king. Congress is a co-equal branch of government, and we will not hesitate to exercise our oversight authority.
The Democrats love throwing a black person out in front of the camera. And the sisters, they eat it up. So y'all gotta know that they put y'all in the trap, man. When the shit go down, y'all be the first one to get your neck cracked. Y'all gotta stop doing this, man. Stop jumping y'all ass out there in front of this camera. They set y'all up for failure. According to Neely Fuller, white supremacy play both sides of the fence. And they love throwing these sisters out there on the Republican side too. They do the same thing, man. Sisters, wake up, man. Please wake up. They love throwing y'all under the bus.
To hold this administration accountable. On behalf of the American people, we expect a prompt and thorough response to our questions. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who has reached out to my office to express their concerns. Our phones have been ringing off the hook with constituents who are horrified and frightened that their personal information has been handed over to an unelected billionaire with no accountability to the American people.
See, that's where they want y'all. Democrats. This is what they want. All right? If you vote Democrat and this your party, this is what they want for y'all to be scared and horrified. This is what they play on. This is all they do. This is the same program whenever a Republican is in office. They do the same things. They do, when they're in charge, the Republicans do this, what they're doing. And both of them act like their hands are tired. They both play this game. Okay? And the sisters act like that, oh man, this is normal, you know, that this is the last chance, this is the last straw. They act like, okay, life gonna end if we don't do nothing. Which, when they get in charge, they don't do crap. Not for black people, not for Foundation Black America, not for the biggest voting bloc on their team. They don't do nothing for us. They act like we don't exist. But look, they got the black lady in the front here, spewing out all the demands. Like they in charge, they ain't in charge of nothing. It's just a game.
I want you to know that I see you, we hear you, we all know that we will do everything in our power to fight back against this reckless abuse of power. Rest assured, we will not stand by and let Donald Trump and Elon Musk violate your privacy and dismantle the programs you rely on in order to enrich themselves and their billionaire friends. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to yield the podium to the Tax Subcommittee ranking member, none other than the gentleman
social security numbers, and tax information that is so sensitive that improper disclosure of it can lead to 5 years in federal prison. This information has never before been shared with outsiders. Safeguards on its abusive use by Musk and his merry band of
and then delays others on a whim. And chaos is what we're seeing at Treasury with Elon Musk and Doge as well. Why in the hell were a bunch of kids who are not even legally old enough to rent a car given access to Americans' private information? The law is clear. Congress enacted Section 6103
to meet their needs, not the billionaire class. Instead, one man, Elon Musk, can now decide if hardworking Americans receive their tax refunds, when they receive their tax refunds, even who among us will receive one. Democrat or Republican, independent or unaffiliated, nobody in this country agreed to give an unelected oligarch their home address, social security number, bank routing information or account number, individual child support obligations, medical information, and more. He just took it illegally, and Trump let him do it. And what's going unaddressed by this co-president?
Look, Elon Musk didn't do this shit without Trump approval. So Trump didn't let him do it. Trump told him to go do it. So the Democrats are continuing with this fear-mongering talk, man. I know y'all getting tired of this, man, but I'm just trying to show y'all that the Democrats, it's a freak show. If you look at all these people, they freaks. And whenever they elect somebody, it's like they gotta have a female, a male, a black person, a white person, a LGBT person, an immigrant person. You know, they just gotta have all these different peoples in there to make it look like they are for America, but they are for white supremacy. If you want to get down to it, they are, and they all are for white supremacy. Now, the way we break that, we let them know, hey, Foundation Black America need their check. We need a black agenda. We need a anti-black crime bill. We need it all. So if y'all want to, either party can come to us with that. And, you know, we'll be obliged in giving our vote. But until that time, this stuff here is just a bunch of crap. Let me see if I can go to another. Let's see something here. Let me see if I can shrink this and get something else. Trying to move this down. Y'all can't see it. Let me get over here. Okay, here's CNN talking about it.
Good evening. I'm Abby Phillip in New York. Let's get right to what America is talking about. Elon Musk and his appetite for destruction. Tonight, a question for the new president of the United States. Is the tech billionaire really running your government?
He's got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good if we agree with him. And it's only if we agree with him. He's a very talented guy from the standpoint of management and costs. Elon can't do and won't do anything without our approval. And we'll give him the approval where appropriate. Where not appropriate, we won't.
So you see, just like I said, Trump gave this man approval. And whatever he finds, Trump is going to approve it to be put out there. If he don't think it need to go out there, it won't go out there. So Trump has given him permission to do what he do. It ain't nothing Congress can do about it. They can bitch and moan, but other than that, that's all they can do about it.
Trump says that he's keeping tabs on Musk as he works feverishly to kill off entire agencies, including the world's largest foreign aid agency, to outright ignore Congress and to run roughshod over the law, to deny Lutheran organizations any government money that gets used in places like Central Ohio to fund domestic violence shelters. He's taking the techie credo of move fast and break things quite seriously and literally, locking out employees from their job, has engineers break into government databases, and trying to preserve a cloak of anonymity for the teenagers and 20-somethings tasked with picking apart the federal government for.
See, CNN is putting it out there. See, you know, it's a Democratic television company, you know. They show you the Democrat side of things, how Democrats are saying somebody's bad. They use CNN to market for them, right? To put it out there for them, to be their, to use their speaking points. If I'm not correct on that, they use CNN to create the more scare tactics. Okay, they tell you all the shit that they don't like about what Trump is doing, and then they have their Democratic friends or constituents come on here and tell us more bad things, right? Just like Fox, when you go to Fox News, they talk about all the Republican point of view, right? They talk about everything the Republicans want, and they downgrade the Democrats. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? So this is just the Democrat arm of white supremacy, the CNN channel. So here she go.
Parts. Joining us in our fifth seat at the table is Mimi Rocha. She was the district attorney for Westchester County in New York and was an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York as well. Let's start with the legalities of it. Why don't we, Mimi? Because I think one of the big questions people have is what exactly is Elon Musk's job? And does he?
I just want to know, is this a transgender lady here or is this a woman? I don't know, but the way this here looks, it's like this may be a man. I'm not for sure, but if it's not, forgive me for saying that this is a man when this is truly a woman. But it looks like this may be a transgender or some type. But if I'm wrong, forgive me. I stand corrected.
Have the requisite requirements to do all the things that he's doing. So the White House said today that he's a special government employee, meaning that he's in a temporary role. He's not taking a salary. But there are a lot of questions about why does he then, with that role, get access to all the personal data of maybe the entire country, taxpayers, and all federal employees? What questions do you have about all
So they use the same.
I have so many questions, Abby. And the first question I would say is exactly what is his role? I mean, this has never been defined other than calling him the head of this made up entity. It's not even an agency. And that is, you know, people can be advisors to a president. Trump could pick really anyone he wants to be a presidential advisor. But Elon Musk is essentially, as far as I can tell, and we don't really know everything he's doing, he seems to be running the government. I mean, even in that answer that President Trump gave, that Elon Musk fires people that he doesn't think are doing a good job. Well, what are his standards for doing that? Has he ever said what they are? And it doesn't seem that there's actually any standards. In fact, the standard seems to be if you worked on or touched any kind of case at the Department of Justice or FBI that President Trump didn't like or doesn't approve of, then you get fired.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in some of these cases, they just did Control F for certain buzzwords, and then they were like, okay, it's gone. That's no way to, even if you're looking for waste, fraud, and abuse, that's no way to do that.
But I mean, I think we're beyond waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think that most Americans, regardless of who you are, Democrat, Republican, I'm from South Carolina, whether or not you're from New York, black, white, or otherwise, have a problem with someone who's unelected, an oligarch who has access to your personal information. There is not one Republican who can sit on this table or anywhere else and tell me that Elon Musk has any right whatsoever to my date of birth, social security number, address, any personal filings, etc. And so if we want to have a conversation about waste, fraud, and abuse, that actually is a conversation that's good for the American public to have. Let's have that with the members of the United States Congress. Let's have that through hearings in public. But Elon Musk going in to the Department of Treasury and overruling governmental bureaucrats who've been there for a very long period of time, those civil service workers who've been there for a long period of time, so he can have access to your private data. Now, that should be a red flag for every blooded American.
The good news for you is that we have a couple of Republicans at the table, Congresswoman. I mean, what about that? I mean, and by the way, you in Congress authorized a lot of this spending, and he is not Senate confirmed. He's not been to the Congress in any sort of capacity where there would be oversight over him. So why does he get access to this information?
Well, first of all, I don't think Elon Musk has any more access to this information than some of those federal bureaucrats that you talk about that are working in those agencies. They also deal with this personal information, but it's not protected information by federal law, right? There's protected information, your social security number, they're protected under IRS law. So that's number one. Number two, I am a member of Congress. We do earmark funds for these agencies. And we don't like the way that these federal bureaucrats decisions.
No problem. So y'all might not see
Congresswoman, you have the power. You have the power.
We budget for agencies.
Budget. Yes. You have the power to spend, to take away money. You have the power to structure agencies. You have the power to destroy agencies. You can actually do all of this from Congress.
Yes, for specific purposes. It is when we see these federal bureaucrats spending this money and making decisions on grants and loans and making decisions that are not within what we anticipated or was intended for. And that is why I thought it was appropriate for President Trump to pause some of these grants that were going out, because they were for some ridiculous things. In Congress, by the way, Elon Musk's role is an advisory role.
Correct.
Let's be clear about that. He is not going to be slashing. We're going to be making that decision. Members of Congress.
I should also think that that's the case. And this is going away. We've gotten rid of this. We've gotten rid of that. And the money has stopped flowing.
Respectfully, Congresswoman, it was his aides who sent notices today to USAID saying, don't come to work. And I hear your point about cutting spending and everything. And look, I'm not going to die on a hill that says that these agencies don't have some frivolous spending that we need to rein in.
Yeah, they got a lot of frivolous
spending. Do you know, sitting here today, that Elon Musk and his aides do not have access to my social security number? You don't know that. And that is troublesome, because as a member of Congress,
you've just come from Panama, and you said that your meetings in Panama went well. After then, President Trump said that we're going to take the canal back, or something very powerful is going to happen. What's going to happen?
Well, I hope nothing's going to happen, and it shouldn't, because look, the president's point is we gave the canal in a treaty to Panama. We didn't give it to China. You come back 20 years later and you go to the canal, and on the entry points of both sides of the canal is a Chinese-linked company. In fact, when I was visiting there yesterday, the ship behind me, just over my shoulder, was a Hong Kong shipping vessel. And so their presence, not just in the canal, but in Panama writ large, is very disturbing.
So ridding their presence could solve this whole problem?
Well, we didn't give the canal to China. I mean, it's a violation of the treaty. What I told President Molino yesterday was that President Trump's made a preliminary determination that that there's a violation of the treaty. You're in violation of the treaty because a sovereign other country, a third country, has effective control over the canal area. And this absent serious measures.
Oh man, I'm messing up on this whole program. I might have to scrap this one, I'm trying to find out where we were. Well, let's just watch them crash out right here again. Let's see if I can go to that.
We are here today as elected members of Congress. We're here today because an unelected billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government. We just tried for the treasury that an unelected billionaire is a problem. Hands up our Social Security problem. Hands up our Social Security checks. The billionaire has all your private information is a problem. Hands up our Social Security checks. Hands up our Constitution. Hands up our democracy. Hands.
I'm telling you. Y'all probably can't see that. Let me put it on there for you. I'm telling you, these people are tripping. I'm telling you, the Democrats are crashing out. I'm telling you. She don't even get no Social Security check, but she's hollering.
We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly, behind closed doors, take away our privacy, take away our dollars, take away everything we have. We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. We will win.
We got his plan. Look at him. Boy. Anyway, I'm finna to end this program. Thank y'all for watching. Man, it's been a long night. These people got me down there asleep. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all watching the show tonight. Like I say, man, the Democratic Party is bad. It's over for them. It's a freak show. I know y'all saw that tonight. I tried to prove that. Even though I was going all out script with these other videos, man. I usually have them like set up so I can go from one thing to the other, but shit, I guess I'm, kind of sleepy, y'all. I've been up, doing my thing all day, and finally got here, ate, and got myself together, and man, it's like, shoot, boy, it's like it's time to go to bed, But I wanted to do this show to show y'all that, hey, the American people made their best choice. That's to elect Trump. Let's look at all this shit these Democrats been hiding, because that's what it's all about. He's uncovering the bullshit when they say they don't have money to do nothing for black people or to cut a check for reparation. We find out they got plenty of money, and they hollering about Social Security, Medicaid, and all that, housing. These people got money to put into those programs to make them better. If they don't do it, they send the money elsewhere to fund LGBT, to prop up immigrants, to funding foreigners, to help them with the LGBT crowd. You know what I mean? To allow undocumented immigrants to come over here by the millions. Come on. I think we did the right choice and got Trump in there so he can uncover some of the money that these people are hiding. And they need to transfer that money back to the American people and cut down some of the government spending that they are doing. They just wasting money left and right. And that's what the Democrats don't want you to see. That's why they're doing this scare tactic talk. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Until next time, be blessed. Do your best to win. Increase your finances. Show more love to your loved ones. Do all those things. And to unify Black people, to get on code with each other, understand the codes, understand white supremacy, what it is and how it works. Go get Neely Fuller's book, Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, the code book. Okay, get those books and learn how to combat and counteract white supremacy. All right, until then, y'all have a good night. Enjoy y'all next time. We'll do another one.